Hello everybody, today is Friday, April 6th. It's 4:02 p.m., 4:03 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can see my computer clock here. On my left is the time in sales, the Emini S&P currently trading at 2604.50. Just wanted to bring over this original press release when Blue Wave Trading joined Ninjatrader as a third-party add-on developer, and the date here is July 31st, 2007. So a little story, kind of a backstory here. At the time, Ninjatrader was on version 6.5. They were working on version 7, and at this time, only about a dozen or so add-on developers were allowed into the third-party add-on developer network. At the time, it wasn't even called the ecosystem. So it was me and a few others, and I wanted to show this because we've been with Ninjatrader now for 11 years, almost from the beginning when they kind of expanded their operation. Before it was a smaller program, and they didn't have a super large following, but during this time they were really expanding their reach, so to speak. And I was one of, say, a dozen or so add-on developers, probably the sixth or fifth one added. And at the time, our indicators were well received. They had the look that we have today, this kind of a look here, and nobody had ever seen anything like it. This was well before Supertrend or any of the other dozens and dozens of lookalike indicators, before order flow, before a lot of this stuff was going on. Fast forward to today, there's almost 500 vendors in the ecosystem, and we really haven't changed our format. Our Autotrader has been approved over the years. We're probably one of the first vendors to offer an automated system in Ninjatrader, and over the years we've really improved our strategy, so our software is very stable and robust, as you can see from our videos. So just wanted to bring this over, just an interesting piece of history about Blue Wave Trading. Hope you enjoyed that. First up is the Emini S&P on the Super Renko 4 tick, and this is using a higher time frame filter of Super Renko 6 tick, and this was quite active today. Here's the template, and our goal on this is 1750, and we are trading two contracts, taking one off at 16 ticks, the other one is a runner, and we probably had a tick of slippage per contract with our market order. This was moderately active today. Overall pretty good, and then we came up with this trade around the 2 o'clock hour, and that brought us into hitting our goal for the day. So really solid performance on the Emini S&P with the higher time frame filter. Okay, next up is the DAX on the 150 Heikin Ashi chart, and this hit its goal at 2550 actually. And this is the template for this chart, and pretty nice looking group of trades bringing us to our goal. We had actually a rather steep drawdown here of about $1,200, but that's the thing about the Autotrader is instead of getting debilitated, we had two losers right off the bat and drew us down quite a bit, and certainly that would be scary, but it came back with three winners in a row, as you can see here, and that brought our equity to positive 1,600. And then we had another loser, brought us back a little bit, and then the next winning trade brought us to our goal. So it would be pretty hard to take a $1,400 drawdown. Remember, this is $700 per contract. This is trading two contracts, so be pretty hard to take a drawdown like this and then sit through it and then come back with 3 or 4 winners in a row and then ultimately achieve your goal for the day. Okay, next up is the crude oil on a regular Renko chart. So I'm trying these regular Renko charts on the crude oil here, and the template for this is actually one of the Emini S&P Renko templates, but I did modify, really actually I'm not sure if I modified this or not. I'm pretty sure it's the same template with a 1750 goal. Anyway, this worked out really well. You can see how well the trades match the higher time frame filter. In this case, it's a Super Renko 6, and you can set a different sensitivity for the higher time frame filter. All those settings are here, and this did really well. It had no losing trades, so it had 4 winners in a row, each of these inside the higher time frame, agreeing with the higher time frame. And interesting to note here that we had 2 winners within the higher time frame, and we didn't go short here because the higher time frame filtered out this trade and this 1 bar reversal. These would have all been whipsaws. So when people ask about, well, how do you avoid chop, this is a good way to do it, and this is a good example showing how you could avoid chop in the market. Okay, next up is the Emini S&P on a 1597 Heikin-Ashi chart. This drew down about $600 and then came back with this really nice short trade here. There was a good winner here, and that brought us up, and then it was this trade here that brought us up to 1,012. Our goal on this is 1,000, so we had 1 tick of slippage. This is our template for this chart. Okay, the NASDAQ on a 987 Heikin-Ashi chart, and looks like this hit its goal of 1,000 on a single trade here very early in the session. I have this starting to trade at the open of the London session, and you can see that here at 3 a.m. Eastern Time. This is the template for this chart. And just again, a particular note, the indicator signal's quite good here. Okay, the crude oil on our Precision Renko 8 with a 150 reversal, once again showing consistency here, this time hitting its goal of 1,000 in 2 trades. This is using our line break logic, and you can see how the trades only took place after the line break signal here and here. So once again, this chart showing really solid consistency. Okay, the bonds on a 377 tick line break. This got deleted from my workspace for some reason, and now I brought it back. But anyway, a modest gain here on the 377 tick 30-year Treasury bond of 593 for the day on 2 contracts. Okay, the crude oil on a Super Renko 6 tick. This is using our line break logic. This drew down just a little bit, less than $150, and came up and hit its goal of, I believe, 1,030 perhaps on this one. I have a little over 1,000, so that if it does have a tick or two of slippage when it hits its goal, that we end up over 1,000. So that strategy is working pretty well. Okay, the Emini S&P on a Super Renko 6 tick, and this is the one that starts trading pre-market. We've seen this quite a bit. This, I believe, hit its goal and probably had some slippage. The goal is 1,000, so we probably had a couple of ticks slippage per contract here, but this was done trading in 30 minutes of trading. Okay, next is the Emini S&P and a Super Renko 2 tick, and this has a 4 tick higher time frame. This hit its goal of 750 and had 1 tick slippage per contract. Here's the template here, and then here is our goal, and fairly conservative settings on this, a limit order with a pullback of 1 tick. First target off at 12. That's all for today's video. Thanks for watching today.